for being here. Today I'm going to talk about a really wonderful project. But before I do that, I'm going to get everybody to just introduce yourself, starting from Mary-Ann first, to share a little bit about this project, and then we'll go around in our little Zoom room. So yeah, so Mary-Ann, if you'd like to kick it off, can you share a little bit about this project, please?
I'm Mary-Ann, and I'm from Dementia Singapore. So Find Your Way is actually a dementia-inclusive initiative that we started with SBS Transit. So SBS Transit is a public transport operator in Singapore. So what is so special about this project is the solution is actually co-designed with people living with dementia, so people with a lived experience. Yeah.
Anjang, would you like to introduce yourself and share a little bit about your work?
Okay, people know me as Anjang Rosli. I'm a very strong advocate in Singapore for people living with dementia. For me personally, I was diagnosed in 2017 with a young onset Lewy body dementia and Parkinson. But before 2017, I was having all that the symptoms 10 years straight back. So now you can say it's nearly about 20 years. I've been living with dementia. So I'm very, very supportive of this project that has been done, spearheaded by Mary-Ann, and it is a very wonderful project.
Thank you, Anjang. Emily?
Emily, and like Anjang, I was also diagnosed in 2017 with mild cognitive impairment and possibility of young onset Alzheimer, which was later on was a wrong diagnosis. And for me, it's very important. I'm a very independent person, and for me, being able to move about in Singapore and continue to do things that I love to do is very important. So when Mary-Ann approached us about this SBS initiative of Find Your Way, of course, I will straight jump into it, especially being also I co-founded the Environmental Design Special Interest Group under Dementia Alliance International.
Thank you, Emily. All right, so just a question for Emily and Anjang. Before this project, how did you feel when walking outside or and using buses and trains around your neighborhood?
Anjang, you want to go first?
Emily, go first.
Oh, I go first. Okay. Well, initially, when I was still diagnosed, I was still able to handle it quite well in taking the bus and then changing changing the line at the MRT station. But then, few years down the road of living with the cognitive impairment, I started to have difficulty in finding the right platform to tag whether is it the right side or not when coming to MRT, and also not sure of which exit. So I tend to use the wrong exit, and that will make me too far away from the place that I want to go, and that further add to the confusion. And then for the bus also, the bus interchange, I tend to have struggle with the difficulty of finding the place where I can find the bus that I intended to take. Yeah. So that is in sorts of way it just to think about having to navigate these challenges. It can be quite a deterrent for me to go out without my family members. And then on the other hand, I feel very torn apart between my desire to continue to live the life that I have always been an independent, and then torn between I have to put in so much effort, and that effort is still not guaranteed that I will not have confusion, I will not get lost, I will not get frustrated. Yeah, so yes, it's a very difficult dilemma to navigate.
Anjang, how about
Yeah,
yourself? Before this project, how do you feel when you're walking outside using buses and trains?
yeah. As a person with dementia, I think everyone will know best that our our brain doesn't really works like the normal brain. So whenever I was asked to go outside, or I need to go outside, my house, taking the public transport. It's always been a very anxious moment for me. Really overwhelm my brain, the brain capacity. Then it really makes me feel scared, frightened. That it's not a matter of getting lost, but it's a matter of navigating myself. That because I don't have any markers, or I don't have any kind of guidance for me to really to ensure that I'll be very very safe. Because for a
Mm,
person with dementia, it's always we have to feel safe, even at our homes. You just imagine, at home we can feel anxious, we can feel triggered, we can feel a lot of things. Then how about if you go outside? We go outside, there's so many things, that we have to process. We
mm,
have to really understand. So it's not easy. So
mm,
even walking to the bus stop, because for a person of dementia, we need routines. We have to have routines, we have to practice ourselves. We have to ensure that we are the right place. So let's say we do a detour or whatever, right? Then it will make us overwhelmed. Then it will be very, very difficult for us.
okay. Thank you, Anjang. So the next question is about some of the things uh, that can help you find your way when you're walking. If you have any um, things that jump out at you. So, like for example, are there any signs, colors, pictures, or landmarks that you think that can help you find or help you navigate better? So yeah. So and this is a question for Mary-Ann as well, working in this project. What you found as well within the project. Maybe we start with Mary-Ann and then we'll go around the room.
So you're asking about the colors and the murals that were used that were helpful?
Mm,
Yeah. So I think because a lot of the existing signages that we have in our public transport notes are very are meant for people with no cognitive impairment, right?
mm,
Yeah. So when Emily, Anjang, and us together with SBS Transit, when we embark on this project, we were thinking how can we simplify the signage in the public transport notes to make it applicable for people living with dementia. So I think it was really a good thing that we were working with Emily and Anjang, because they were able to tell us what works and what doesn't work. I think as the cognitive ability declines, with dementia, the ability to process words and numbers decreases as well. Yeah, so that's where we use very prominent and eye-catching murals and icons to catch their attention. And then we simplify the information for them through this dementia-friendly signage, yeah, to help them navigate within the public transport nodes.
Emily, did you want to add anything that you found that was really, really useful, or what you would like to recommend?
I think the most useful thing from the wayfinding is that it is the flow directional arrow.
Okay.
Because for me is that I no longer can understand when the signage is hanging down and then it point the arrow up. For me, I will literally translate it and understood it asking me to go up to the next level.
Mm,
Yeah. So when it's on the floor, it's on the same direction as where I am standing. So I know that when the arrow points straight, that I just go straight. I will not misinterpret something else. So that is very important to me. And the other thing is that is the pictorial. And sometimes it is so much easier when I just like, for example, when I go to Chinatown and I need to go to a temple, and I only need to remember the red lantern. I don't care is it Encik what. I just remember it's red lantern. And that is something that has always been part of me. And whenever I look for Encik, when there was at that time there was no Encik for Chinatown for the wayfinding, I always try to find a picture that that stay there for a very long time, not the advertisement board that would change, something that is unique that I can identify with, and then I will always look for it. Oh, this Encik does not have that particular picture I'm looking for, so I don't use this. Yeah, so so these are the two that I find that is very important to help me to navigate. Yeah.
Anjang, how about yourself? Are there any things that help you find your way when you're navigating your way through the neighborhood, or when you're going out and about?
Yeah, for me, a person of dementia, okay, we are sometimes, how do I put it? You see, like when you go to the bus interchange, let's say the numbers like it's really very high. They put it very high. So sometimes you can't see the number properly, and sometimes it might be delusionized. You having delusion of the numbers. The numbers can, for example, it actually is stated 900, but actually, when like me, when I overwhelm because too many people around, too many noises around. So, I can be overwhelmed. Then I can see that numbers change to other numbers. So that will make me to take the wrong buses, or the wrong the wrong place that I should take lah. So for me, it's always the overwhelming surrounding that really cannot make me process. Then I'll be very, very, frightened. I'll be very anxious and everything. Like for the MRT, even though the announcement say that okay, this is novena, but because of the overwhelming factors inside me, sometimes when I step out from the station, I will not see the word novena. No, it intends to change to other what do you call that, other station names. Then from there you got anxious, you got frightened, then you don't know where you are going. So like what Emily was saying. So I give you an example. I'm staying in the Woodlands area. So there's a Woodlands interchange, a bus interchange with the Woodlands MRT. So I already practice on how from my place, from my home, from my flats, to go down, then to walk, to ensure that I take the same routine, the pathway to the bus stop, then goes to the MRT Woodlands interchange. Then from there, okay, I'll know where's the escalator downward to the bus interchange. Then as what Emily was saying, right, what do you call that, the directional markers. I always look down because people like us, we don't look everywhere. We always look down because, like we walk, like for me, I really walk very slow. I have brachianesia. My legs are very rigid and everything. I always look down because for me, by looking down, I feel more safe. So when the directional marker is there, with all the colors, and also the numbers, the bus numbers, then that really give me confidence. When I look at that, I say, oh yeah. So I have to go to this direction, this numbers, and these colors. Let's say my colors to the bus that I always take takes to my home is always green color. And there's the numbers over there. So I follow, then there's a pictorial, like the murals. Like mine is the mangosteen. So I just follow, then I go straight until at the floor markers. I met the mangosteen pictorial picture. Then from there, I'll release we'll see the numbers down. Okay, this is the place. So that really eliminate all my anxiety, my everything. So that will give me to feel safer. Yeah.
Thank you, Anjang. So since joining this project, has anything changed in how often you go out or how independent you feel?
Yeah, I always believe to challenge myself as a person living dementia. I got lost a lot of many times before we started this project. Because this project also give us in a way to really compose our mind, our the way we approach in navigating ourselves. So when we started the project, right, then we done so many places with this find my way project. So it helps me to really what do you call that to make as a routine, because to me it's very important for me to find markers, to find markers wherever that I go. Okay, I can, I have to really plan out before I go out from my home. I have to really plan out. I have to sit down with my wife. Then my wife will, what do you call that? Will talk to me and will give me information, where that I should go. You see, for example, from my place, I told you right to my bus stop to the interchange. I didn't know where the place to navigate myself very safely, very well. Then from there to the bus interchange, right? Then from the bus interchange, I know there's a MRT station and also the bus. Normally I will take the MRT. So at the MRT in Singapore, it's very good that they have the what do you call that? The directional board, So from there you can see all the lines, Because I got bad experience when I traveled to Japan. It's not like Singapore, you know. Singapore just one big, not so big, but it's enough for you to get the information that you need. So from there, okay, from Woodlands, you need to travel to, let's say, to Pasir Ris. So which line you have to take? You can always take the red line. Then after that, you can stop at the circle line. Then after that, you can change to the green line. Then from there, you go straight to Pasir Ris. So from there, not only that we help the person with dementia to navigate themselves around or in the space of the bus interchange and the MRT station, but the directional markers also. I mean the train directional board also help me to navigate myself. So that is very important for people like me. That when I feel some guidance is there, when I feel that I'm safe, so that will make my navigation through my journey will be much more better.
Thank you, Anjang. And Emily, yourself, since joining this project, has anything changed in how often you go out or how independent you feel?
I would say that I go out more often and more confidence when even I go beyond my normal place that I'm familiar with. And why is because, like just now earlier, I shared with you that uh, even when I put all the guardrails to help me and going through the process with my daughter to get me from point A to point B, but yeah, I'm not too sure whether all the guardrails that I put in for to help myself is going to work or not. But when I know that that station that I am going to arrive will or already have this find your way, it really gives me that sense of peace and mind that okay, you know, with my guardrails, I'm sure I'm okay because by the time I arrive there, the thing is there to assist me. You know, so that give me that kind of psychological safety for me, and to make me feel that okay, at the end of the day, there is something there done already with full intention to guide me to find my right bus or right exit. Yeah. But of course, that one thing that I would actually hopefully is that because we have all these stations and all with all these pictures and things like that, right? But it's not reflected in the Google and you know when you Google exit for the MRT station, it does not show the picture, and also so it becomes in a way that it's difficult when I arrive at the station. Then I have still need to find for the picture. And I have to double confirm is it the right picture or not. Because some of the Google, some of the stations that I work with Mary-Ann and Anjang, and those that I frequently use, I can remember which exit is which picture. Like Chinatown, I memorized by heart. But then for the new station or the station that I rarely go, I will not be able to remember which which the exit is which picture, what picture. So it would be nice that if the if the LTA incorporate that into the exit, in their map so that we can really fully use it, or else it still has that the last mile there is still missing. Yeah.
If you could change one thing on your street or at a bus stop or train to help, and I think Anja, Emily, you have touched on it quite a bit already, but if there's one thing you can choose to change to make it easier for people living with dementia, what would you choose and why?
Okay. It is because currently the bus stop is the one with digital display of how when the bus is going to arrive. It's only at the busy bus stop. But what about the bus stop that is not so busy? It doesn't make it less important. It's still important. And then the other thing is that it would be good to have some kind of announcement, not just the text, because sometimes the numbers change very fast, and then before I can find my bus, it changed. I thought that I saw my bus, but then it changed, and then it will show the incoming bus also, which is 10 minutes later or 8 minutes later. So that creates the confusion. But if there is text together with with voice activation, at least that will catch me. If my visual cannot catch, my response is too slow. At least the hearing part I can catch it. Yeah, that's my wish.
And Anjang, yourself?
Yeah. If you want to help, you can request for so many things, to help the people with mental disability. But for me, is that how I wish, like bus stops, they were to give more, to make more seat available, so that people with dementia, people like me, when I reach a bus stop, I can sit down and there I can compose myself, because after walking for quite a distance, I need to really make sure that I feel safe. I feel I don't feel vulnerable, then, I can really sit down, then I can see my surrounding. Oh, okay, this is the right thing. And also, if possible, there's people that is not mentally disabled, were to give like this kind of seat to people like us, because we need it, we need the time, Even for me, sometimes my bus came to the stop. I don't immediately go up into the bus, because I need to really compose myself. Then secondly, how I wish like your neighborhood area, that because people will walk to the bus stop, right? So they were to have something like what we did, the directional markers, then just can show, okay, bus stop is over there. Okay, then maybe what we have done in this Kebun Baru estate, right? That the also at the Woodland estate, this and that, Find My Way project also, where the mural is there. Okay, to indicate okay, you are going to the right place. So extra directional markers on the floor will be very helpful, because if not, we have to really because like people like me, no, I don't wake up to be the same person like what whatever yesterday. I'll be waking up as a new person. That depending on my if you will say, like, like for people with dementia, when at the day they can talk a bit better, when at night because of their overwhelming condition, then they might get affected a lot. Then when they wake up, then they will be a different person. So if only this kind of markers, if the town council, if they were able to what do you call that, to agree to do this, that would be very, very helpful. I only have these two things. Yeah.
Thank you. Having organized and put everything together for this project, what tips do you have for people from, say, other countries that want to do similar projects, or even people in Singapore, if they want to kind of carry out, similar projects, what kind of advice would you give them? And also, what do you think is the heart of the project? What's the most important thing as well? So a bit of a two-question sort of thing. So yeah.
I actually thought the answer for the two questions is the same. And
Okay.
that is actually the involvement of people living with dementia. I mean, the very people who will be using the solutions that you are creating, right? I mean, I think what made this project so valuable is actually the involvement of Emily and Anjang, right? And it's only when we involve them that we know that the solutions that we are creating works for them. But I think it's also important to understand that, I mean, even in this Find Your Way, we are aware of the limitations of Find Your Way, and it's really just to help people with dementia navigate within the transport nodes. And earlier, Emily and Anjang were sharing their wish list, right? And we know that once you come out of the house, you don't find yourself in a transport node, So there is always that transition from your house to the transport node, and then from the transport node to your end destination, and what we have done is really just focus on the public transport nodes, right? Navigation within it. I think there's still a lot that can be done, and I think ultimately whatever we want to do is important that we listen to the people who will eventually be using this solution, and we want to really create something that works. We're not ticking boxes here. We really want to make an impact, for people living with dementia.
Thank you so much, Emily, Anjang, and Mary-Ann, for all your wisdom. It's a really wonderful project, and I really hope that there'll be more countries and more places that will have similar projects on the ground like this. So yeah, thank you very much.